back to my live stream. This is Jacob Cast 2024. Y'all can call me Eric. Um, I'm doing my live stream while I play NBA 2K26. My career, playing at my center, Mr. Blackhammer. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, WWE, August 10th, 2026. So we are going to go to what happened on Raw tonight. Um, Raw was whatever. Wasn't really perfect. Wasn't anything good in the show. Um, just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below. Y'all want to see more? Enjoy my video. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about Monday Night Raw. Um, we'll talk about the news and rumors in WWE. This live stream will be like an hour and 10 minutes. This video is sponsored by PlayStation, sponsored by Chris Mood, The Rad Brad, Typical Gamer, my favorite YouTubers, and some of my podcasters part of the IWC. It's sponsored by Fightful Pro Wrestling, Good Might Work Commentaries, Soundmaster Sound Off, and JD from New York. Now before I play this game, I'm going to talk about Monday Night Raw tonight. Stargate. Sikoa rejoined the bloodline. Braun Breaker and Open Family face to face. Chelsea Green has an injury. She might have broken her orbital bone. Is it possible we could get Diesel Fatu in the rebound? AJ Styles and his son. Now, what else happened on this show? Nothing much happened besides they're building up the tournament to see who's going to face Roman Reigns in a couple of weeks on Monday Night Raw in Mexico City. So it's not going to be at the Triple H show. It's going to be on Raw in Mexico City. I think it's pretty predictable who's going to win it. It's like 8 matches, I think. Well, the only stars there, Penta, Dragon Lee, and Ray Phoenix. Everyone else, the other superstars from the Triple H show. I think it's pretty clear who's going to win this match. Now, the show opened up with Sikoa to determine Jey Uso, to battle Jey Uso in the main event to determine is he going to join the bloodline or not. I don't know why. Sikoa getting over it. He's a more like character. Reinvent himself. Jey came out a little bit of booze. So we had this match in the main event, Solo and Jey. We've seen that how many times. So if Solo loses, he had to join the bloodline. If he wins, then the bloodline had to leave him alone. And we got in the main event. They're still doing the bloodline story. Why does Solo have to be with the bloodline? He couldn't go back to SmackDown? Why's he be on Raw? Now we did get Penta. He defeated somebody, I forgot. But he advanced in the world title tournament to be the rightful number one contender to face Roman Reigns for the heavyweight title. So Penta advances. Austin Theory versus Akira Tozawa and whatever match. Theory got the victory, and then after the match was over, they beat down Tozawa. Braun Breaker was there. Open Family and Braun Breaker had to beat their down. They're hyping up their feud. If Braun Breaker, when is he gonna? Hopefully they lose the tag team titles, then we'll figure out what if Braun Breaker gonna leave the division. Will he go after Paul Heyman? We just don't know. I think he talked to him backstage, but that'll be much it. I don't think Paul Heyman gonna align with Open Family. Don't make any sense, and that don't really fit. Danhausen tries other superstars catchphrases. Danhausen on TV, or there's like a vignette or something. He tried other superstars catchphrases. I don't know why. Open Family confront Braun Breaker after they beat up Tozawa. Danhausen offers to team with Sawuka. The comedy shit not funny. Now we did get a face-to-face with Becky Lynch and Stephanie Valkyrie in the ring. Obviously they want Liv Morgan title. Liv Morgan escaped an attack from Becky. So at least Liv going through with Becky and Stephanie Valkyria. They'll probably look at a triple threat match. I hope. I think we could get that in a couple weeks, maybe a 7th-man event or something. Joe Hendry performed new Smash hit. Another performance. Man, Joe Hendry when's the last time we had a match on TV? Another performance. New Smash hit. Give Joe Hendry every single belt. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is nothing but a concert or musician. He hasn't been in the ring. When's the last time he had a match on TV? He really is turned into Elias. Man, they really brought down Joe Hendry. He's nothing but a music guy on this show. He's not in the mid-card. He's not in World Championship. He doesn't have a big feud with anybody. That's sad and just really a shame. Dragon Lee takes down Dominic Mysterio in this match. Though okay, it was fine. Dragon Lee is in the tournament for the World Championship match. Yeah, we could see Dominic get involved next week. It might screw Dragon Lee because since he lost here. Also, after the match was over, Big Cass came out. After Dragon Lee beat Dominic, Big Cass came out and he attacked Dragon Lee. He attacked Javon Evans. He beat him up. So Big Cass is destroying mid-carders. He beats up Dragon Lee, Javon Evans. He's beating up the mid-carders. I'm surprised he's not confused with Oprah Family or something. But they gotta keep him occupied for him to do something at least. Okay, so after that we did get Ruka and her mystery partner against Judgment Day. Io Sky was a mystery partner, so those two against Raquel and Marcin Perez. The babyfaces went over here, I believe. I think So and Io Sky got the victory. So they're still gonna be feuding. We had a backstage segment with Chad Gable offers Rey Mysterio an Intercontinental Championship match. He calling out challengers. Now the main event was Sikoa and Jey Uso. Man, for whatever, fine. But Sikoa had to join the Bloodline because he lost. Because that was the stipulation. We're still doing this Bloodline storyline, but it's kind of stale, kind of boring, and very the same old shit.
Oh my God, Bullfrog, you fucked up bad, man.
So no chocolate factory, no fizzy lifting drink.
But they also cut.
They did say that Woman Reigns will be on the show next week, so we'll see what happens there.
McMahon is part of WWE.
And Heyman said the problem is Braun is starting to think Oba's the future. It said maybe Braun needs to prove that Oba is not worthy of Heyman's respect. And Braun was just like,
He doesn't care.
What's on Chronicle?
Chronicle!
That's Citizens Pride.
I can't speak to this. Obviously, he's booked as a top guy in AAA. Ibu also backed this up.
Range. But I wouldn't have... Yeah, I think that's not unfair, actually. I think the match...
It said that Reigns is set for more... Wait, it's set for Raw
itself was a little flat. Crowd was certainly a little bit flat. It's really the...
The other news and rumors, oh wait, whoops. Another legend lost and why it's important to keep telling those tales. AJ Styles responded to criticism of his son by veteran indie wrestler. Woman tournament bracket in a dream match that could lead to a tag team. Brock Lesnar retired from the ring. These are great matches. Triple H tells frustrated talent to get over if they want to get pushed. Yeah. Okay.
Reigns is loved because die, and how Roman Reigns is so terrible and all of these things, and then he didn't even have his boys back. Come on now. This is crazy. Anyways, we got Jeff Worthy. No, unfortunately, I don't get AT&T in my area. Yeah.
Spectrum has a chokehold in Los Angeles. It's insane.
They do. But I'm moving on. I got another internet cable service provider. It's fiber, so I hope that it works better. And it's supposed to be 7G instead of 1G. So let's see what happens.
Only in Santa Monica you get that Google Fiber that you want.
No, oh my gosh, I can't get Google Fiber where I'm at either. So upsetting. I've been trying to. I Googled, I searched, I did my research. I was like, somebody, like, this cannot be my only option,
I know the pain. It only changed when I moved to Texas.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have five gigs up, 5 gigs down. Easy.
Oh my, I hate you, Sancho. You know what? I hate everybody here who has great internet, okay?
I know, I used to be just like you.
Damn, it's not fair. All right, let's do this. Let's hope that I make it. All right, here we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? You are watching the WWE Raw post show. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo. It is Sancho West. Sancho, don't even dare do that. How are you?
I'm doing well, Denise. It's a Monday night. Isn't it a great day to be alive on a Monday night and a post show with Denise Salcedo? So, Denise, what do you want to talk about?
All right, Sancho Rhodes.
Yeah.
All right, Sancho Knight.
Yeah.
What else you got? Keep bringing it.
What? What?
Sancho Steve Austin.
Do you smell what I'm cooking, Denise?
Schwank. I was trying to mesh Sancho and Rock at the same time. Schwank.
Yeah. Oh no.
All right.
You're there.
Don't fucking scare me, Sancho. Damn. Okay. Shit. All right, let's do this. All right, so, hey, I got some beef with you today.
What'd I do?
Your boy, LA Knight, is a heel. He's the heel. How do you explain him ditching Solo Sikoa today when Solo Sikoa has been nothing but kind to LA Knight? And today, when he asked him for his help to have his back and be his boy, he chose not to give 2 shits, not a rat's ass, about Solo Sikoa, and now our young little Solo Sikoa prospect just lost to Jey Uso, and everyone is pissed.
Hey, I'm sorry, he told him ahead of the match, don't expect me at the ring. Solo could have asked anybody else. He could have asked anybody to help him out. It's not his fault, he gave him the heads up. Why are you hating on someone that said, he set boundaries, Denise? LA Knight set his boundary and said that was one night and one night only, player, and then he left. And then, you're getting mad at someone setting their boundaries? It's 2026, Denise.
He's selfish. He basically went out there, pretended to be friends so he can get a SummerSlam match, and then this all led to him getting what he wanted, which was a match with Roman Reigns, and now he's acting like he's never even seen these guys. I'm sorry, that is a selfish heel. And then on top of that, another heel thing that he did in this promo that you're probably gonna act, he went out there and he was like, oh, I could be a luchador, and then he just grabbed any mask and then he just threw it.
So bad news. The call won't start. Don't worry. I'll call my guy. So good news.
You're craving calls. Get your burger guy on the line. 5 guys.
When you've been disrespected your entire career, you have to fend for yourself.
He is a heel, Sancho. A heel.
I love
and
a heel.
Best you know it. And the crazy
anti-hero.
part is that everyone thinks he's a babyface just because he says,
Yeah.
okay? But the man is a heel.
I'm sorry you don't like fun. That's what it sounds like to me. The entire time you don't like fun. I would have to say, though, kind of bummed out. I don't think we're going to get a complete removal of Babyface Solo. I think he's going to be, for one, Bloodliners, not heels. Roman is not a heel. Roman's not a heel. Just saying.
He acts like a heel. But
Not
I'm gonna tell. Okay, I know they're okay. It's like in between with them too, honestly.
How
But
Jey Uso's doing the yeets. He has the kid entrances. They're doing all the same fun-loving bloodline stuff. Am I wrong?
no, you're not wrong. But they do things that are not necessarily babyface-ish.
That's all
Like,
family.
but here's the thing,
family
though.
business.
Here's
It's
the
all
thing:
family
is
business.
they do heel things. But Roman Reigns is loved because he's Roman Reigns, so people keep cheering him even though he's acting a heel, like he's been a heel.
Yeah, it's true.
He was 100% okay with Jacob Fatu basically taking the life out of Royce Keith on Monday, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to acknowledge that. Give me more, Fatu.
True, and he didn't know that AAA existed.
Exactly. That is all of that. All of it. Messed up, man.
Well, how come you didn't call out Roman? You're calling LA Knight because he's an easy target for you. I don't see you calling up the Tribal Chief going like, oh, I'm sorry, you never watched AAA? You didn't know Rey Mysterio was a general manager? Didn't hear any of that.
We talked about that last week.
You weren't calling
But Roman Reigns is a diva. He's like Mariah Carey, okay? Some people are just diva status, and he's a diva.
Go mega star.
Yeah, but in order to be a diva or act like a diva, you gotta have accolades.
You could be like a
can't.
Ashley Simpson diva? Come on.
No, in order to be a diva, you gotta earn diva status.
I could be. Ashley Simpson was a diva.
Ashley Simpson was actually my goat for a while.
See?
So
See?
I will not take no Ashley Simpson slander on this podcast.
No slander. I like Ashley Simpson. Slow down. It's not her fault that she did the technical difficulties when everybody lip sync on SNL. It's not her fault.
Okay. But I do want to dive into your thoughts on what happened with Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso, because we kicked this off. I loved the opening segment, and I'm going to tell you why I love the opening segment, because Solo Sikoa was such a jerk to Jey Uso, but a funny jerk, and I love him going out there and basically saying, Jay, you had it all. Like, you had the championship, you defeated Gunther, you won the Royal Rumble. He's bringing up all of everything Jey Uso did, and he said, and now it sucks to be you, because now you just fell in line with the bloodline, and I think that Solo Sikoa is right. What has Jey Uso accomplished ever since he fell back in line with the bloodline? Nothing. Instead, he's just been like a little angry chihuahua in the back, getting mad at random situations between him and Jacob Fatu. So Solo Sikoa was right, and I thought Solo Sikoa also, thank you, because I hate Jey Uso's catchphrase, the one about, this is your warning shot, bang, bow, whatever the fuck he says. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I don't like the catchphrase because it sounds super manufactured, and Solo,
Denise, Jey Uso is super manufactured. What are you talking about?
Exactly. It's too much, though. It's too much. And Solo Sikoa going out there and then doing the pew fucking sent me. It sent me. So all this to say is that Solo Sikoa did a lot of good in that opening segment with his promo. I was bummed to see him lose this matchup here tonight.
Do you think it's because, like, the plans, I like to compare the WWE to a cruise ship, it's already set with Solo, and that even though Solo Sikoa found something that popped off, maybe they gave him more segments, they gave him more mic time, but the plans weren't changing, he was going to go back to Roman no matter what.
They're just scared to do anything different with anybody that's in the bloodline. No matter what, you fall in line. No matter what. They cannot have someone stand on their own 2 feet and not have to join the bloodline. Look at Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu was a guy that I thought was going to be different. I thought he was going to be unique. I thought he was going to make it on his own. What is now, he's out there doing Roman Reigns' bidding. We're lucky. If Roman Reigns sends him on a crazy quest like he did last week, then we get something out of it. But if not, then we don't. And I don't like that. I like people to march to the beat of their own drum. I don't like this whole, I'm going to fall in line and do whatever someone else tells me to do. No, we got to rage against the machine, Sancho, okay? Rage against the tribal chief.
You really felt like, again, you're calling out Roman again, gang. It's interesting how you made him seem like he's like a fetch quest or something in a video game.
He is.
Like, go do this for me.
He's Roman's little puppy. Like, here, I threw a bone. Go catch it.
Interesting enough, though, now that Solo Sikoa said all this, he has to fall in line.
Yeah, because it's WWE 101 booking. You fall in line.
Well, you remember that it was if Jey Uso wins, Jey Uso has to deliver Solo Sikoa to Roman Reigns match. You think they'll be able to run that match again with anybody else? Like, why not have more people get delivered to Roman Reigns? Let's do it. Go on, let's deliver more people to Roman. Who's next? Tozawa?
If you're Samoan, you're getting delivered to Roman Reigns.
Who's next? Who's out there? Give me everybody. Everyone get delivered to Roman Reigns. That's the longest match name I've ever seen in my life in that graphic. But I have to point out, there is good things when Jay is working with family, when he's angry, when he's mad. He's at his best. When he's a babyface, Jay's promos suck. But when he's, like, unhinged, and he's kind of, like, just wide-eyed and just cutting promos just with no filter, it almost feels like I think he's at his best. So it's interesting that even though, yes, Jey Uso is manufactured, but Jey Uso has a lot of heart and passion, and I think all of that works when he's working with family. That passion went away when he became the title holder, the world champion, and I feel like that, to me, was where Jey Uso needed to figure out, how can I turn this passion that I have working with my family and the bloodline over to working with others. And I think that never translated. It was too complicated for him. It was too hard for him to find that passion, that gear with Gunther. It was like, dude, Gunther literally just put Jimmy in the hospital, talking about he was like, oh, I cannot, I called all this kind of crazy stuff, your mom in the hospital, all that kind of crazy stuff. And Jay never felt like he got passionate to that point, like he does
that's
now.
because they had him only feuding with Gunther. Like, had they maybe put him in there with somebody else, then maybe he would have been able to find that passion. But when you're feuding with the same guy that you were feuding with even before you won the title, then you won the title from him, and then you still feud with him afterwards, like, come on.
I think Sammy would have been a great choice for a first title defense.
Literally anybody.
Anybody.
I mean,
like an LA Knight?
I'll get out of here. I'm done with you.
Come on. The Team Yeet was a thing. Team Yeet.
Oh my gosh. We got Mr. GRK Chef 13 here says, if Solo and Jacob fall in line, maybe they will destroy the bloodline from within. Look, here's the thing. I was delusional like this before. I thought Jacob Fatu had a plan up his sleeve. I thought he had, I thought he was like infiltrating the bloodline. Now I recognize that is not what's happening here. So I best let that go, because that is a pipe dream at this point. Wishful thinking.
I have crazy idea booking.
What is it?
Is this a safe place?
No.
Well, I do believe this will go down. Mark it here. I said it here first before my own podcast, by the way, because that's how much I like you. Give me an exclusive, Denise. I feel LA Knight versus Roman happens. LA Knight has been messing with Jey Uso so much that Jey Uso finally loses it and gets his hands on LA Knight, costing Roman the match via DQ, and Roman gets pissed at Jey for not listening to him. LA Knight wins Money in the Bank. Wait. Roman's like, I'm about to lose to LA Knight because he's cashing in. Help me, Jey. Help me, Bloodline. And Jey says, no. You said you want to do it by yourself. And LA Knight wins.
Sancho, bless your heart.
Doesn't it feel good?
You know what's going to happen?
And
you know what's going to happen?
It's the end of the bloodline. This is what you wanted. You wanted the end of the bloodline.
You want to know what's going to happen? LA Knight's going to lose to Roman Reigns, okay?
Yes.
And then afterwards, he's going to get up and everyone's going to be like, oh, how sad you tried. And then Big Cass is going to come out and hit him with a big boot. And he's going to be like, I'm here stacking bodies.
Big Cass looked great tonight. He
did, actually. But I do think LA Knight will just go back, and maybe he should. Why doesn't he feud with Solo Sikoa at this point? Because after what he did to him.
Rated 7-foot superstar.
And you can't teach that. All right, we got Jacob Tatum here. Says, I wanted Solo to win and not go back to the bloodline. #no. And how come Sancho boy, Eli Drake did not help out Solo or Royce Keys #bad friends? Hey, I brought it up. Sancho,
Royce was hurt. Okay.
He was killed last week and no one had his back whatsoever.
And he literally, if I told Denise, I'm not showing up to the post show, what would you do, Denise? What would you do? You would go find somebody else. It's not that complicated. I'm sorry.
That's not how it works.
You don't go to the restaurant by yourself if your date canceled before the dinner.
What?
You know ahead of time, and they go, "Oh, woe is me! I'm here having a restaurant meal by myself." We told you I canceled the day before you even went to the restaurant.
It's not the same thing
One
at
second.
all.
One second.
It's not the same thing at all. Okay? I don't even want to get into this. I'm so mad, but it's not the same thing at all. You are not realizing that LA Knight
RSVP.
isn't as nice of a person as you
He
think
didn't
he is.
RSVP. Didn't RSVP. That's simple.
Thank you, Jacob Tatum. We got Lou. Thank you so much, Lou, for the jewels. We got Nothing Happens 96 here. It says, if it's LA Knight and Roman at Money in the Bank, Solo costs Knight. I'm sorry, guys, but this match is going to happen at fucking Sunday night's main event. Thank you, Nothing Happens 96. We got Israel's here. It says, looking like a fire mamacita. Red is your color. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I mean, you are wearing red shorts.
They're pink. They're salmon pink.
You're a Sancho Cita.
They're salmon pink. I feel bonita. Thank you.
Bonita. All right, we got Dop781 who says, WWE stands for World Wrestling Eradicator. First destroyed Braun's credibility using Punk, and now he will be dead against Oba. Wait, what? Dobbs, no! Braun and Oba is the...
Minimum wage laws are just another form of price controls, requiring that workers be paid above a certain amount.
Happens. I'm on both guys' teams on this one, man. And I do want to talk about this because this is massive. We did have Braun. Okay, so they did Austin Theory and Akira Tozawa, and that felt like it went on forever. Let's put a pin on that. We'll come back to it. But Braun, I thought, was about to spear somebody, but instead Oba comes out, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, thank God, this is going to save this segment right now. And thankfully, they had the face-to-face, but they weren't able to do much, unfortunately, because all of the security and everybody came in and got involved. But the big key things that I want to talk about, though, is that Braun approached Paul Heyman and asked Paul Heyman if he thought that Oba was going to be the next big thing. And Paul Heyman played in his face, Sancho, didn't have the guts to tell him the truth, to give him his true opinion, and instead he fucking skirted around the question like a goddamn politician. And Braun Breaker saw right through that. So one of the things that I said that Braun Breaker needs to do is he needs to make a list of all the people who have not believed in him, done him wrong, disrespected him, make a list, use that as a chip, build this in his mind to know, okay, these people did me wrong, and now I have this fire lit up in my butt, and I'm going to go out there, prove everybody wrong, and I'm going to be that fucking guy, okay? I feel like Braun Breaker's been doubted way too much. He's in this stinkeroo of a freaking faction, needs to get the hell out of it, and he needs to save himself. This is the save himself era for Braun Breaker.
It's interesting because I was really thinking about Monday Night Raw, and I was looking at the roster. Like, who is truly main event on Raw right now? Roman
Reigns.
And Rollins, right?
Yeah, Seth, of course, yeah.
That's it, right?
Oba Femi, I mean, he's a main event act. He hasn't really been in main events, but he's a main event act, too.
He's an attraction right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So my point I'm saying is, without Rollins, without Roman, there is no main event. There are surrogate main eventers, like you mentioned, Oba, attraction, and then the Bloodline. They always adjacent to Roman, so they always bring in that thing. Because I was looking at SmackDown, right? SmackDown has so much main eventers. CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, right? Those are just the three off the top of my head that just take up the main event. My point, as I'm trying to say, is Raw needs to establish new main eventers pretty quickly. Because if Roman's going to be on his part-time schedule, if Rollins, I know he's not hinting at retirement, but he has a way out with the sports thing, then I feel that right now, more than ever, you need to reestablish the Braun Breakers. You need to establish Oba Femi to being that main event beyond just an attraction. And the same thing can go for like a Dominic Mysterio, right? Drew McIntyre sorely being missed. I think he could fill the void as well when everybody's off. So that's what I'm thinking. When you look at Oba Femi and Braun Breaker, it's not like, oh, that's the future. It needs to be the now. Sooner than later. Because the longer they wait, I don't know. Because already when they took their time with Braun Breaker, they decided to put Braun Breaker, after losing that IC title at Mania, he went on a side quest, joined Seth Rollins in the Vision, looked great, booted Seth Rollins, looked even better, didn't get the title, got hurt, now he's a tag team member of the Vision. That's what I mean. You It's not a guaranteed lock. So I'm telling the WWE, you got to start moving now. Like now, not Mania, not 2027. Do it now.
Yeah, and I think they are, because I don't think they would have done this little confrontation. People they weren't going to do it now, but they have to. I'm tired. And every time we wait, I feel something happens. Someone gets injured, or or that this other person gets injured, so it changes this story. So when you have part involved, go with it. That okay? Obviously, if you take real by its word, just go off what information. One of the things that we saw, and we saw it too in the action from. We knew that division. It was clear the division was there to help other guys like Braun Reed. Now, because of that, oh great, I'm robot now.
You were a robot for a while. All I heard was because of that, Braun Breaker.
No way!
Yeah.
Okay, what was the last part that you heard?
Because of that, Braun Breaker.
What was I saying? What was the line before that? Because I had a whole thing that I was saying.
Beep beep boop bop. Boop beep 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 bop boop boop. Beep 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 bop boop boop.
Oh man, that's all right. Am I good now?
No, I think what you need to do is write a letter to the FCC. I kid you not, and get them involved, because that's what's going to take for them to fix Spectrum. Because this is what Spectrum does, and they send out technicians, and they do a supervisor. They say it's a neighborhood, no. They say it's the line, but no, they're throttling you, Denise.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, how about this? Can you, what do you call it? And let me know when I'm back, by the way, so that I can press on.
Sure. You're still not back, but this gives me a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, you take over. I'm going to hop in on my phone, I think.
To continue about L.A. Night. No, really. Just to talk about the overall thing. I had this thing I posted on X about, hello, everybody. Welcome to my humble abode. That's a napkin. This is Cody Rhodes. The whole thing about what I wanted to talk about was I had an issue on Smack. I can't see the chat right now, so I'm just going to go off right here. I tweeted out about on Saturday morning on a whim that SmackDown's issue is that it's only 3 matches. And so many people were like, no, it's a Raw, there's a SummerSlam, SmackDown after, da-da-da-da. But to me, having a 2-hour show, which historically, and I looked at all the numbers, could have 4 to 5 matches, to come in with 3 matches. And I fear that the WWE is trying to find ways to cut corners, and let's have 3 matches all the time on SmackDown. Because if you look at the current state, those main eventers, like I mentioned, CM Punk, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, their main eventers, they are not going to wrestle for a while. And my fear, Denise, as I was saying, that a 3-match SmackDown could be the norm going forward in the future, and that's a problem.
All right, how's this coming off?
Pretty good.
All right, well, I'm going to have to step away so that I can not hear the echo. But I'm going to pull up all the comments in just a second here.
Sure.
All right, so what I was saying, though, Sancho, what I did want to say was the part about Braun. What was I talking about? Fuck, man, I lost it.
I was saying that at the point that the Monday Night Raw needs to establish new main eventers, not later, but now.
Yeah, okay, thank you for getting me back, because I had forgotten where I was at with all of that. Okay, so what I did want to say is that Braun Breaker and right now that they have something special there. They really do. And more importantly, I feel like we knew that Braun Breaker was supposed to be something big based off the fact that they put him in the Vision, right? The fact that he was in the Vision basically told us, okay, they want to do something with you. And the same thing with Bronson Reed. And Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman were supposed to be the thing to help give them the rub to become the star powers, etc. Seth Rollins gets injured, so that immediately hurt things right away, and they kind of lost their groove from then on. But what I'm saying is we've already wasted all of this time now. All of this time has now been wasted, and so that's why it is important to pick up right where we left off with Brock and Oba.
Yes, but that's my fear, was that the other side of that coin is Oba is same thing. You had the ability to put the title on him at SummerSlam, but you decided to do a detour. And that's fine in games. And it's like, yeah, you get 2 wins against Brock Lesnar, still very valuable. But at the end of the day, who knows what happens to Oba? Same thing with Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green just became
Liberty Bibbity. That's my name. Your name's Liberty Bibbity? You betcha.
Things can happen. When you don't want things to happen to these talent, of course, but accidents happen, injuries happen. But I just feel like right now we gotta get that Oba thing going. It needs to happen. Like, I thought it would happen at SummerSlam. This whole thing with Braun Breaker is going to go all the way to Mania. I feel, well, not necessarily Oba and Braun Breaker going head to head, going to Mania, but Oba's delay to the main event will happen at Mania, and that's fine in games and all. But does even Mania have the same prestige?
No.
Does it?
But I think, but you know what though? They just, like I said, I agree with you. They got to get to it now and just make it happen. That's it. That's where I'm at. We got Josh here. I'm not sure if I read this one already. Oh yes, I think this was a different one. Then making Chelsea the pin in the first match as champ, and now Solo loses to Luther Jade. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I'm trying to handle all of this on here.
You're doing
Hey,
great.
Sancho.
Yes.
Can you answer this while I try to get it off the stage too?
Oh, wait, what do you want me to do?
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get the super chats, but I'm having a hard time here. All right, I want to thank So Stay Smoking for also sending in the jewels as well. All right, hold on, guys. I'm just trying to get through these here.
Let me see.
We got Anthony
Let me see if I get the super chats.
Okay, if you can grab these super chats, that would be great, Sancho. Am I even coming through right now?
You're a little choppy, but we will get
Okay,
through
so if you
this
can grab
together.
the super chats, that would be great. Because I'm trying to grab them from my phone, but they're a little hard here.
I won't be able to grab them and post them, but I could read them.
Yes, please do that. We left off Anthony Solano.
All right. A lot of coins coming in. Let me see. Yeah, Spectrum's being evil. Have you read the $20 super chat?
Is that from Jeff? Yes.
No, I
read
from
Jeff. No, I have not.
Hold on. Do it. Farewell.
To me, had a very bad crowd. The crowd tonight was... Granted, I'm not going to sit here and pretend the show was very exciting. Let's not kid ourselves. All right, the show wasn't all that eventful. It was lacking.
You think you're getting jumped?
It was.
You're not.
I'm being honest with you.
Like
It was.
Parasite piece of shit.
It felt like WWE. You know, they're taking necessary steps to freshen up the product, right? They're making decisions to.
Here, we observe the pre-Firefly's workplace.
Biggest stars in they wrap the chair. What would this show? Reigns' return. I always chuckle when they put the graphic up and Michael Cole says Roman Reigns returns next week. He does that a lot. And I guess in theory now, Solo Sikoa is going to have to bend the knee just like Jacob Fatu did when he lost to Roman back in May, and he's going to have to rejoin the family. Now, just because he lost this match tonight doesn't mean that, oh, they're putting him in the bloodline and it's just going to go back to same old with Solo Sikoa. Obviously, they're trying to tell some sort of story here, and I suspect that if he doesn't spike Roman next week, he will not be back in the bloodline for too long. I'm sure there's some sort of story that they'll play out here. But in the meantime, if that is how this is going to work, then yes, next week we may well see Solo Sikoa temporarily go back to the bloodline. And that sucks. But I'm watching this show and I'm watching this main event and I'm like, man, what would they do if they didn't have the bloodline? If Triple H wanted to actually move away from the bloodline or maybe phase them down a little bit, trying to come up with, I don't know, something a little unique and fresh here on this show. What would this show look like? What would Monday Night Raw look like? I feel like this show would be unrecognizable. You take away the Bloodline and the Judgment Day, who have been around for like 7 years now, it feels like. This would look like a totally different show. I almost said wrestling show. This would look like a totally different show. You get that same old feeling. It sucks. You know what I mean? It's the over-reliance on the same stuff, the same story, over and over again. All they have to do is just try to figure out new ways to keep it interesting. Unfortunately, they don't do that enough. We had Penta and Laredo Kid tonight. It was the kickoff of the tournament to see who will be challenging Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship, September 14th. Raw will be in Mexico City. And so tonight it was Penta and Laredo Kid to kick things off. Gee, I wonder who won that match. I wonder who's winning this tournament. I'm actually okay with the tournament. I think it's a fun concept, as predictable as it may be. But it's just funny to me, like, I'm watching this match tonight, and it had to be the slowest lucha match that I have seen in a very long time. And it doesn't matter that they have a tournament. It's supposed to be full of luchadors. Luchadors from Raw, SmackDown, AAA. This was only match number 1. Not the most exciting match. It's what I call WWE lucha style. Not traditional lucha style. Penta is moving on, though. Obafemi and Braun Breaker last week was a direction that they teased, and that got my interest. Because that's a match that I would like to see, and I don't want to have to wait until next year to see it. And the sense I got from last week's show is that this is coming up very soon, like the next PLE or Sunday night's main event. I don't know, but it's coming up very soon. And tonight, we had another step in that direction. Obafemi was on the show. Like, blink and you missed it. He didn't really do a whole lot. But we had another exchange between them where they almost got physical, but the officials got between them, right? Keep them apart, no physicality. So that's good, right? We're moving the ball down the field here as we get closer to that match. First time ever, Obafemi and Braun Breaker, whenever we are actually going to end up getting that match. The thing that really confounds me, though, on this show is the booking of Dominic Mysterio. It continues. Every single week, Dom is just beaten down and beaten down and beaten down. And I think back to where we were a year ago, a year and a half ago, then as compared to now. And this is also a champion, by the way. The AAA Mega Champion, the Mega Campeon, right? They keep telling us the most prestigious, most important championship in all of AAA. They have Triple Mania coming up. This supposedly big main event that they're going to build around between Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano. I'm wondering if that championship is going to mean anything by the time they even get to Triple Mania. This man has been the AAA Mega Champion. He's had one title defense in AAA all year. That's back in March. But forget that for a second. Just his booking here on the main roster has been deplorable. And I get it, like, on the main roster, he's booked as like a chicken shit heel. So he's not going to be like some tough guy. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about the fact that this man has not won a match on this show since, I believe, May. We're coming off a SummerSlam where he got beat by fucking Danhausen, who had one of the most awful commercial break segments that I have ever seen in the history of this show, by the way. If you are not watching this show where you can see what happens during the commercial breaks, you should be very grateful for that. Because for those of you who saw, that Danhausen segment was fucking horrendous. And then on the actual show tonight, thankfully, they kept him to one very brief backstage segment. This is who he lost to at SummerSlam. And then last week on Raw, he got pinned in the tag team match. So tonight, Dom had an impromptu match that was made during the course of the show, and he lost again. He lost again. Now, there was a report recently, False Finish, shout out to them, I believe they were the first ones to have it, that talked about how Dom is very frustrated with his booking on the main roster. He doesn't understand why he is booked the way that he is, because it weakens him in AAA. And of course, ding, 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 he's absolutely right. No lies detected in that. And I can absolutely believe that that's exactly how he feels, because that's how I feel. When I watch him on this television show, that's how I feel. You cannot tell me that Dominic Mysterio, when he shows up to work every single week, looks at the creative that they have for him and says, cool, yeah, that sounds good. No. Now, I haven't seen him commenting publicly in any podcasts or interviews or anything like that where he's been putting down creative. The only thing that I've seen is that report from False Finish. So it's not like Dom has been going out there and making comments, but if maybe internally he's been making comments or asking questions, or he's expressed a frustration, right? Or he's been disgruntled, or whatever the case may be, maybe that would explain what's going on here, because clearly there is a reason why he is being buried on these shows every single week. He has obviously pissed somebody off, or Triple H is sick and tired of hearing how The Undertaker is the best booker in wrestling today. I'll show him. This is Undertaker's top champion. He's being fucking demeaned on television every single week. Dominic Mysterio has absolutely every right to feel that way. It's been quite something to watch. Tonight was just another example of it. They still got over a month to go until they even get to Triple Mania. Will that championship even be worth anything by the time they get there? I don't think so. They're punishing him for it, says Greenman. Yeah, that's what it feels like. He is being punished. He is being punished. He's in the doghouse. He has heat. It's the only thing that makes sense here. His booking throughout the entire year, really ever since he beat John Cena at Survivor Series last year, has been deplorable. This is your Raw Netflix review. It is August 10th, 2026. I'm the Solemn Monster. Thank you guys for being with me here on another Monday night. Kicking off a brand new week after a big sound off yesterday, episode 975. I thank you to those of you who have checked it out, downloaded, streamed, left a comment. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Super chats are open. I'll be reading all of your messages a little bit later on here in the stream. You guys know the drill. Hey, Philip Bowman, thank you very much, brother. Take our wheel here for a spin, and then we'll get into the review. Hopefully we get to do some Be the Booker a little bit later. Oh, well, look at that. One of the new options on the wheel, and it looks like we are, in fact, going to be doing Be the Booker later. It's an automatic Be the Booker. Look at that. It's only got one slot on the wheel, too, and, of course, that's the one we landed on. Well, hopefully you'll like the video anyway, because it helps get us into the algorithm, so keep hitting that thumbs up. But you got auto B2B, look at this. This is your night. Wasn't expecting that. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, look at this. Everyone's throwing a party here in the chat. Everyone's all happy. Don't get lazy on me now. Don't get lazy on me.
On the racketeering charge, it required a jury.
Michael Cole, beginning of the show tonight, he was setting up a video package to recap the events of last week's main event. That was the big street fight between Jacob Fatu and Royce Keys, which ended with a Jacob Fatu victory and Royce Keys being killed. Right, that bright red blood that was dripping out of his mouth. So the update is... on Royce Keys, that is. The update is that he has suffered a bruised larynx. Because remember, they wrapped the chair around his neck. Fatu did the running hip attack in the corner. And he also suffered a cervical strain. And Michael Cole says that he is going to be out indefinitely. Hopefully that means he's just going on a vacation with his girlfriend or something. And then he'll be back in a few weeks. So as they're talking, we hear Solo Sikoa's voice. We don't see him. We don't know where he is. They pan out to the crowd, and he's up in the crowd normally where the Usos would make their entrance. And he's mocking, like, Jey Uso's theme, such as me, Us, and he's singing the lyrics to the song and mocking it. So he said he was here to handle some family business. Didn't really get a lot out until Jey Uso's music actually hit, and then Jey Uso made his way down to the ring. So he told Solo that the tribal chief called the play, and now it was time for Solo to fall in line. And Solo asked him if, did you fall in line or did you just fall off? Said, you're a former world champion. Says, you won a Royal Rumble. Says you beat Gunther at WrestleMania. Which, you know, as I sit here right now, it doesn't feel quite as impressive now, does it? Yeah, there was a point in time where Gunther really did. He felt like a world beater, and if you were to say something like that, oh, you have a victory over Gunther, wow, that means something. It means less now than it would have meant a year ago. It's not as impressive. He says Jay made all the little kids happy. All these things that you did. But now all that crap is out the window, and now it sucks to be you. Solo then reiterated that he is not coming back to the bloodline. Everybody loves where he's at right now, and the fans cheered. Apparently Triple H doesn't. He said that Solo only has his big house. Everything he has, he owes to the bloodline. And then he challenged Solo to a match tonight. And when he wins, he says he will deliver Solo to the tribal chief. He said that's Solo's warning shot. Pa-pow! Right? And so Solo's in the crowd, and they cut to him, and he's ducking. And he's looking around, and he's asking the crowd, he goes, is anybody shot? Right? Fucking love Solo Sikoa in this role. So after he makes sure that nobody was mortally wounded, he agreed to the match. He said, when I win, though, everyone in that messed up family has to leave me alone.
You want me to join the bloodline?
And that's your warning shot.
Pew! Is that why you left me?
Babyface Solo, man. Babyface Solo.
Hey,
I'm enjoying it, even though it looks like we're probably going to get it taken away from us here now for a period of time anyway. But this set up Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa. And look, as much as I'm enjoying Solo and his newfound babyface persona here, when I realized what our main event was tonight, again, we're just sitting here feeling kind of defeated. Because it's 2026. And the Bloodline story has been playing out now for 6 years. Think about that, okay? 6 years. I'm not counting anything that came before it. I'm specifically talking since Roman came back as the tribal chief, okay? August of 2020. 6 years. And we are still sitting here and we are looking at Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso in the main event. Is that supposed to excite me? Does that excite you? Honestly. And again, I've been enjoying what Solo Sikoa has been doing now for the last few weeks. But I cannot sit here and get excited about a Solo Sikoa Jey Uso main event to this television show. I'm sorry. Backstage, Jey Uso walked up to Jimmy and Jacob. Jacob was objecting to the way that Jey handled his business out there. Jey said he's going to take care of the Solo problem all by himself. Jey reminded him that he couldn't do it, so he's going to be the one to do it. Jacob told him, you better get that dub tonight. Yeah, 6 years. Krypton, 6 years. 6 years. 6 years. I don't ever want to hear about the NWO ever again. Penta and Laredo Kid. This was a first-round match in the tournament to decide a #1 contender for Roman Reigns in his World Heavyweight Championship in Mexico City next month. And the crowd goes mild for Laredo Kid. Poor Laredo Kid. How old is Laredo Kid, by the way? He's got to be pushing 40. They said that he made his debut in 2003. I don't, for some reason, I thought he was younger, maybe like early 30s. Is he really pushing 40? I guess so.
Well,
but this is as quiet as you will ever hear it for a Penta match. Okay, because nobody in that building watches AAA. Not consistently, anyway. And nobody knew who Laredo Kid was. And if they did know, they didn't give a shit.
As long as the camera doesn't
but he was in control heading into a commercial break. So Laredo Kid, he escaped the Penta driver. He spiked him with a poison rod, and then he delivered a 450 splash for a near fall.
No,
so Kid charged right into a super kick. Then came the backstabber by Penta.
Pre-recorded.
Kid rolled to the floor. Penta caught him with a tope out over the top.
These were pre-recorded, and I know why.
He's had a longer career than Penta. They did mention that on commentary. I think they said he's been wrestling 5 years longer than Penta, and Penta's 40. So actually, that would make sense.
I would just only pre-recorded. This doesn't have to be live. This should just be pre-recorded. And when it's pre-recorded, it will not show the jury.
Richard, don't say that. Richard says the blood. The Death Riders have to match the bloodline.
You don't want to expose the jury.
Don't say that.
If you don't want to expose the jury, you can't do that.
So anyway, the crowd didn't get up for this until late.
So as we had,
it went the way you would expect it to go. In the end, Mexican Destroyer, Penta wins. The crowd got with it more there in the closing, I'd say, 2 minutes or so. I liked it well enough, but the slowest lucha match you will ever see. There is a very distinct difference between a lucha match in WWE as compared to any other promotion in the world, including the actual lucha promotions. It's just, they slow it down.
None of
it's
these
just a
people
very
had no
different
rights. You don't come to
style
courtroom and you're not
that they are forced to work.
Children, and you're not
that is not nearly as exciting. And it sucks even more when one of the people in the match, again, the people in the audience, they don't know who it is. And so they don't respond to it. They were happy to see Penta win, but like I said, the quietest you will ever see a Penta match here in WWE. We know Penta is going to the finals. We know Penta's winning this. Honestly, anything other than Penta winning this would be a huge mistake and just a colossal fuck up. The only question is, who is he going to be wrestling in the finals? Now, you would think that the surefire thing would be to do brother versus brother, and you do Penta and Rey Fenix. But as I said on the Sound Off this weekend, this is the same creative team that booked the King of the Ring tournament, where we could have had any number of interesting, exciting semifinal or finals combinations, and they gave us what they gave us. So don't assume anything when it comes to this team and when it comes to WWE. I don't think there's really a bad option here, right? Rey Fenix and Penta, that's the match to do. The only other match it could possibly be is Penta and Dragon Lee. And look, Penta and Dragon Lee would be a great match too, right? It's not Phoenix and Penta, but in either case, I think you're going to get a really good finals. But there really is only one match that it should be.
Well,
first, though, Penta has to get through either La Parka or Psycho Clown. They're going to be having their tournament match on AAA TV this coming weekend, so we'll find out at that point who it's going to be. We have Byron Saxton in the back to interview the Vision. Theory and Maxine, they were making out. Braun Breaker couldn't be bothered to give a shit. He was kind of staring off into the distance very intensely. Clearly still smarting over his face-to-face with Oba Femi last week. So after the other Vision members left, they said some shit. It's not important what they had to say. Logan Paul talked, who gives a shit? So after they left, Braun Breaker stayed behind. And he asked Byron, what do you think of Oba Femi? Byron said, I like him.
If they put UFC
Breaker asked, do you think that Oba is the future?
And kicking each other and getting...
Well, that's what Brock Lesnar said. That was Byron's response. And Breaker told him, you sound like Paul.
Like it when people say
and he walked off. He didn't say if that was Paul Heyman or Logan Paul. You have to specify which Paul you were referring to. Braun does not need the Vision at all. Well, I've only been saying that for what? About a month now?
Podcast, I'm part of the IWC.
No, he does not need the Vision. And now, on the show, he actually looks completely disinterested in everything that the Vision is doing. Why? I mean, I guess he's bound by the tag team titles. Were it not for the tag team belts, I would ask why he's even still associating himself with these people. There's literally no other reason. Paul Heyman is not even with them anymore. The only thing keeping him with the Vision are the tag team title belts, which in and of themselves don't mean a damn thing. I would just vacate the fucking thing and just go off and do my own thing and worry about Oba Femi. I don't even know why he's still associated with these people. Austin Theory against Akira Tozawa. With the announcement, with the announcers on commentary, they were talking about Braun Breaker killing Joe Hendry on the show last week. As they were doing this, Corey Graves on commentary called him Joe Henry. Now, last week, Michael Cole did the same thing. He referred to him as Joe Henry, which made me think maybe they silently changed his name and just didn't tell us. But then later in the show, during one of the commercial breaks, guess who appeared? Joe Henry. So yet another week where he gets no entrance. And he's just in the ring, and he's got his guitar, and he's going to sing us a song. And he mentioned, by the way, that his new album, which he did record an album of songs. The new album is dropping in October. So I'm sure we're all very excited about that. But beyond that, they put the nameplate on the screen, and it's very clear his name is still Joe Hendry. And maybe they ought to think about changing his name, since their own announcers can't seem to get it right. Just a suggestion.
Well, I don't know what
if you're going to call him Joe Henry, you may as well just change his fucking name.
I don't want to see it no more.
Braun Breaker, he's standing outside during the match. He was not paying attention. Again, he could not give a shit about what was going on. I mean, it was Theory and Tozawa, so...
Maybe 2 hours?
Can you really blame him?
Probably 2 hours.
I thought I was watching Main Event. It was all Theory until late in the match, where he got some hope spots, ripped his shirt off Hogan style. Then Theory killed him with a forearm shot, and he pinned him. I have no idea why this needed 8 minutes. 8 minutes is what this got. Now, after the match was over, Theory and Maxine, they went for a chair. They were going to use a chair. Here comes Adam Pearce. Here come all the officials. They rush out. They take the chair away. While all of this is going on and this big hubbub, this big commotion is going on outside the ring, Braun Breaker has finally moved. He goes into the ring. He is getting ready to spear Tozawa when we hear Obafemi's music. And he had plenty of time to hit the spear on Tozawa because Obafemi got his full entrance. He could have speared this man 15 times if he wanted to. But in fact, he saved the man's life. So Breaker just stood in the ring and he was waiting for him. As Oba's coming down to the ring, Theory went after him and he got booted down in the aisleway. Oba stepped into the ring, and here comes Adam Pearce and his band of merry men. They get in the ring to get between these two, so they never got physical, they never touched. And it was really Oba trying to go after him. Breaker wasn't even trying to go after him. Breaker was actually cracking a smile for the first time as he left the ring. And that's how they ended things. And look, I mean, I understand them not wanting to have these two guys touch. You want people to wait. You want to build the anticipation for it. I don't know when they're going to do the match, though. They don't have a PLE. I'm trying to think, when is the next PLE that they have? If you don't count the Sunday night's main event on Peacock, which is September 6th, I believe, in Atlanta, do they have another PLE scheduled until Money in the Bank is not until like October 10th or something. And they haven't said anything about there being another WrestlePalooza, so I have no idea if they're even doing that this year. I don't know. We have Worlds Collide coming up. That's at the end of September. I don't believe we do. October 10th, we may have to wait a couple of months. We may have to wait a couple of months if they're going to do it on that show. I just can't imagine them giving this match away on TV. They didn't even want to do it in the King of the Ring tournament. I can't imagine them just doing it on a random episode of Raw. So we'll see when we get it, but when we do, I will be seated. I am looking forward to that match. I am glad that they are not going to make us wait 6 months to see it. I think this could be the first of many battles that these two have. The whole basis of the storyline is that Braun Breaker does not like the fact that everybody, including Brock Lesnar, is calling Oba the future, when he was supposed to be the future. Now all of a sudden, Oba's the shiny new toy, right? That's the whole premise of this entire thing. The reality is, unless Braun falls out of standing with, Triple H or certain people in the company, he's going to be the future too. He just may not be that number one guy, right? That's going to be Oba. Breaker could be, I don't know, if you have like 1A and 1B, right? Or 1 and 2. I think that's probably how they're going to look at them. But these two guys, having a future WrestleMania main event or two, absolutely. Absolutely. They've invested so much in Braun Breaker going back to the 2.0 days of NXT. And they pushed Oba so hard and so far in a very short period of time that you have to imagine they're not going to squander that, right? But then again, this is WWE. So you can never be sure of what they're going to squander and what they're not going to squander. But I'm glad that we're going to be getting this match soon. Now, in the back, Kathy Kelly interviewed Rey Mysterio, the general manager of AAA, about this tournament, this Roman Reigns tournament. He was talking about it. Dragon Lee was there to thank Rey for his spot in the tournament. When Dominic Mysterio walked in, and he was complaining about not getting a spot in said tournament. And, he's not wrong. Theoretically. Why wouldn't he be in the tournament? He's the AAA Mega Champion. Why wouldn't El Grande Americano be in the tournament, right? Now, the real answer is because they don't want either one of them to win, and they're building to a match between the two of them at Triple Mania. But if you're going to have a tournament with supposedly the best luchadors in Raw, SmackDown, and AAA, to not have two of the biggest stars in AAA is kind of goofy. Now, you got to admit, that's pretty fucking goofy. And I think you could have had them in there, too. I think you could have done it in a way where they both bounce each other out of the tournament, right? You could have had them in there and not had them go to the finals and win. But they elected to not have them in there at all. So Dom is not wrong when he says this. Ray says that Dom doesn't need another handout, and that is how he became a jackass in the first place. Dragon Lee said, I'm going to go find Adam Pearce and make a match between the two of us tonight. Michael Cole and Corey Graves, they showed us Stephanie Vaquer getting taken out by the Judgment Day on Raw many months ago, which led to her being gone. And then her return last week, Becky Lynch and Stephanie, they came face to face. So Stephanie Vaquer made her way out to the ring. And she said she was so happy to be here. She really missed everybody. But most of all, she missed seeing Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day getting scared every time they see her coming. Nobody can destroy her. She's going to run through the Judgment Day one by one. Raquel Rodriguez, I beat you up 1,000 times and I can do it again and again. Roxanne Perez, you're a dead woman. And Liv Morgan, I know you're scared, and you should be because we both know that title belongs to me. So she put each member of the Judgment Day on notice. Becky Lynch interrupts. Her music does nothing for so long, for so many months coming out of WrestleMania, and it just makes for boring television. And so now we have two big names back in the division. They're all, gunning for the belt. I think that's great. It's just, I don't want another 100 days where we have no women's championship matches. And so I'm waiting for the announcement of when her next title defense is going to be. Hopefully it doesn't take another 2 months. Well, she doesn't defend it now until Money in the Bank. They do have a Sunday night's main event coming up at the beginning of next month. I think you could have her defend the title maybe against Stephanie on that show. Wouldn't even be surprised if they were going to main event that show with that, honestly. Kathy Kelly was in the back with, you've put me in this position to where I'm holding this championship for a brand that they clearly want to focus on. They're always talking about AAA. They're trying to push the AAA stuff. They had that incredible match at the end of May in AAA with El Grande Americano Kaiser and El Grande Americano Gable. It will probably end up as the match of the year on some people's list at the end of this year. And they have a bunch of big shows coming up. Big AAA show at the end of this month. They're booking Worlds Collide against AEW All Out at the end of next month. They have 2 nights of Triple Mania coming up. They just left the Luxor in Las Vegas to book the much bigger MGM Grand for night 1 of Triple Mania. You would think this is important to them. And if they've had this championship on this kid now, and this is their most prestigious belt in that company, they would take steps to protect him whenever he is used. Even though it's not AAA television, it's still Monday Night Raw, it's going to have more visibility. It's like they've taken the opposite approach. How can we bury this man and make him look as impotent as possible? I don't understand the logic behind that. The only thing to explain it is that someone got a bug up their ass and they're punishing him for something. But he has every right to be frustrated. He has every right to feel like, man, I would like for my booking on Raw to be a little more serious, like it would be in AAA. I don't think that's an unreasonable request, if that's honestly how he feels. Like, he's had a role on this show for a long time as part of the Judgment Day with Liv Morgan and the chicken tendies and playing video games and all that bullshit and running away from people, but it's time to toughen him up a little bit. If you're going to put him in that position, then book him like a champion. And if you're not, then take the title off of him and then bury him into the fucking earth. I'm sure they're going to take the belt off him next month anyway. He's going to lose it to El Grande. Is his booking going to improve at that point? It may get worse. It's not like the title is certainly helping him or protecting him in some way. He got on someone's bad side. Maybe he has spoken out of turn about creative. Again, he hasn't spoken about it publicly, but that report leaked. Maybe that rubbed people the wrong way, but this is not like a recent thing. Again, this has been going on for months. This is not something that's just happened in the last couple of weeks. And it just doesn't make any sense otherwise unless he is being punished for something that he said. Byron Saxton was in the back with Sol Ruka. And he asked Sol about her tag team match coming up a little bit later on tonight against the Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne. She says she's tired of the Judgment Day vortex that she's been stuck in. Tonight's all about revenge. After she wins, she's going to try to win back her Intercontinental Championship. It wasn't hard for her to find people who were also mad at the Judgment Day, which is the person that she found to be her tag team partner tonight, because she has a mystery partner.
Because according to the law here in Georgia,
and then Danhausen appeared.
You do have a chance of
this was his lone segment on the actual
he committed,
TV show.
He committed a school shooting.
Roderick says,
mass
you would think he was getting suspended for PED usage with this type of job. Oh yeah, because he looks like he's been really on those PEDs.
Now, yes, you can agree.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what it is.
By his parents, he was failed.
But Danhausen walks in and he says, "I'll be your tag team partner."
It doesn't excuse.
Sol says, "Sorry, the spot's already filled."
Preparation, he knows from right from wrong.
Meanwhile, LA Knight was talking to Adam Pearce about this tournament coming up, and he pulled out a fucking lucha match. I joked about this with someone the other day. I'm like, the L in LA Knight stands for lucha. Let him put a mask on and enter the tournament. He had the mask in his hand, and Pearce is like, look,
you were failed by society.
You're not in the tournament, but I agree with you, and I promise you, I make a promise to you right now, when that tournament is over, I will find a way for you to get your opportunity and become #1 contender. So that just confirms it right there, that we're going to get LA Knight and Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank, right? They're going to hold this off until the next PLE. This tournament is going to culminate on September 14th. So if Pearce is going to give him the chance to, I guess, become #1 contender at some point after that, that's a month, right? A month until Money in the Bank. Plenty of time for them to play that out on TV, put him covered from that. He came back. I know it stalled his momentum there for a couple of months, but you can't just blame it on the injury. You blame it where blame belongs, on the booking. I kid. That's okay. Where have you been traveling to? I'd like to go traveling myself soon. Have you watched the Amazon Prime Batman animated series World Heavyweight Champion to Obafemi at WrestleMania next year? And I think they want Obafemi to be the one to end this run of Roman's. Like Roman had his 1,316 days. Nobody could beat him. Not in a singles match. Actually, the only person who I think they let beat him was his fucking cousin. Nobody else could. If it's cousin, it's okay. It's blood. Anybody else, not okay. Like Kevin Owens had like 15 title shots and lost all 15 of them. But in terms of singles matches, he went so long, so like it would mean more when he finally got beat. And the idea that of all people, if they were going to interrupt this reign, that they would give it to LA Knight, it's just laughable. Have you not paid attention to this man's booking over the last 3 years? What have they done to demonstrate to you that this is going to go any other way? But if they were going to do it, I'm just saying, that would be the way to do it. Let Solo be back in the family for a couple of months, and when the time is right, boom, he drops the hammer, breaks away from the family, helps LA Knight win the championship. Not going to happen, but pipe dream, probably. Solo beat him to... Oh, did Solo beat him? When did Solo beat Roman? I don't remember this. Maybe he did. More family, so you may be right. I don't remember this. I know Jey Uso pinned him in that tag match, though. I think it was Money in the Bank, and that's what led to Tribal Combat with him and Roman at SummerSlam, and they had that terrible match. Senpai says, God almighty.
The secret to that bold -196 taste? Whole lemons. Breathe them and crush them into a flavor of...
Boy, Solo Dolo is now in the show. We got a show. It was such an exhilarating 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 20 minutes. No.
No, I'm in and out. I'm one and done. I will probably never go back and watch anything from this show ever again. But was it solid enough that it got the job done tonight? Did it create at least some intriguing television going into next week? The answer is yes, it did. Did it provide some decent pro wrestling tonight? Yes, it did. It wasn't a great show. I was never going to come on here and claim that Raw was like, oh my God, it was a great show. I thought last week was a great show. I did not think this week was a great show. Stop listening to garbage when you're not here. I don't know who you're listening to, but clearly they don't know a fucking thing. I want to start with LA Knight. LA Knight had no Roman Reigns to play off of tonight. I didn't expect Roman Reigns to be in Norfolk, Virginia. But LA Knight was in Norfolk, Virginia. He asked Adam Pearce about this lucha tournament that is taking place. LA Knight even proposed that he puts a mask on and enters this tournament. Adam Pearce said, no, I can't allow that. I was hoping that low-key that something like that would happen. It may still very well happen, but I doubt it. But Adam Pearce promised LA Knight that after this lucha tournament is concluded, that he will start concocting a plan to help LA Knight earn a shot at Roman Reigns. Later in the show, Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso went one-on-one in the main event. This all got started in the beginning of the show, where Jey Uso supposedly went to Roman Reigns, devised a plan, and the plan and the play, according to Jey Uso, was for him and Solo in the main event, and if Solo doesn't win, then he falls in line with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, and Jey Uso delivers Solo Sikoa, dead or alive, to the Tribal Chief. I saw a lot of people complaining about, oh, this was a good show, but I hated the ending. I actually loved the ending. I actually enjoyed the ending. Is it the same shit that we've gotten with the Bloodline for the last 5 years? Yes. Nothing is different. They're basically in rewind mode. They're treading the same story over and over and over again, and everybody is buying into it as if it's something different. It's not. The characters aren't the same as they were 2 years ago. The interest isn't the same as it was 2 years ago. The story isn't the same as it was 2 years ago. And there's really nothing that is more valuable than the WWE Championship. Roman Reigns is holding a championship that he basically called second place. Roman Reigns exactly knows that the World Heavyweight Championship was created because he held the WWE Championship for 1,300 days. So no matter what comes out of that man's mouth, he'll never get me to believe that the World Heavyweight Championship, all because it's around his shoulder and around his waist, is going to be more valuable than the one CM Punk is holding. Doesn't work that way. I enjoyed Solo Sikoa losing. How could you, JD? How could you, man? I don't know if I can watch. I don't know if I can watch off the script anymore, JD. You sold out. I don't mind Solo Sikoa losing because it creates intrigue. He's been operating under this charismatic babyface for the last several weeks, which, honestly, he's done a tremendous job with. He's entertaining. He's as charismatic as anybody on the roster. And out of all of his family on television right now, he's the most entertaining. He's got more charisma than Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso combined. Where's this Solo Sikoa been for the last 4 years? WWE's been hiding this guy in a fucking cave somewhere, and they've suppressed the charismatic Solo Sikoa from appearing on television. Only to now starts allowing him to break out. I can see why. Because he's been more entertaining than the other 3 Samoans that have dominated the fucking television show for the last 4 years. It creates intrigue. Do you want to know what the first thing I'm thinking about? I'm thinking that Solo and LA Knight, even though that LA Knight doesn't really trust the family, LA Knight has been partnered with Solo Sikoa. They won a match at SummerSlam against the Bloodline. Solo could have easily turned on LA Knight. Solo could have joined the Bloodline then. He could have cost his team the match and the win. He didn't. Solo Sikoa actually celebrated with LA Knight at the end of that match, raised his hand at the end of the match, and they look like they've been doing this for years together. Now he's supposedly back in the Bloodline. We don't know what delivering Solo Sikoa to Roman Reigns means until we get to next week's show. But now LA Knight is all by himself. JD, why did you like the ending? Because now it creates more intrigue for LA Knight. Is Solo going to be with his family? Is he going to once again fall in line? Is he going to be manipulated? Is he going to be convinced that there's nothing else better for him than his family? Is he going to break that promise to LA Knight and to everybody watching, where he clearly stated tonight, I'm loving where I am right now. I don't need my family. Or is he going to, and this is where my mind thinks, is he going to lay low, fall in line, and is he going to help LA Knight beat Roman Reigns? WWE may not be thinking it. WWE may not be creatively writing it to play out the way that I'm thinking. WWE's got a fucking money angle for Money in the Bank. I don't give a shit what you feel about LA Knight. I don't give a shit what you feel about Roman Reigns. WWE's got a money angle for Money in the Bank. Can you imagine Solo Sikoa is in the Bloodline, and come Money in the Bank, it's down to LA Knight and Roman Reigns, and the referee's down, and his family's taken out, and we see Solo Sikoa on the brink of, do I help my family? Do I fall in line? Do I become Jacob Fatu and everybody else that's been manipulated by Roman Reigns? Or do I really stand up for what's right? Do I go to bat for LA Knight? Do I deliver the Samoan spike? Do I help LA Knight? Do I give LA Knight the win and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship over Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank? That's where I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking for Money in the Bank. So when you ask me, what did you like about the ending segment? What did you like about Solo losing? Everybody thinks that his babyface is going to be crumpled up and tossed in the garbage. Maybe I'm a fucking stupid dreamer. Maybe I'm a fantasy booker that's gone fucking mental. I don't know. But man, oh man, if that's what they're planning, and if that's what comes out of this, I don't know how anybody could say this was a bad move. It creates intrigue. We've all seen Solo kill it as a babyface. Now he's going to take that babyface into the Bloodline, and now he's going to have a face-to-face with Roman Reigns, which he has not done yet. That's intriguing. Is he going to fall in line, or is he going to stand on his own and keep his word, saying that he doesn't need his family? That's number 2. Number 3, Roman Reigns, LA Knight. If he is in the bloodline, is he going to help his buddy LA Knight achieve his dream? Is he going to kill the bloodline from within? I like where this could potentially be going. So we will see. I don't know. I don't know. For all we know, WWE will keep Solo Sikoa in the bloodline, kill his babyface run because he's gotten way too over, way too quickly, and now he's more entertaining than the entire group itself. And when something like that happens away from WWE's plan, then they look to kill it, which has been done through the annals of time in WWE dating back to Vince McMahon. He hated that. Now apparently Triple H is doing it, and we're seeing it firsthand with Dominic Mysterio. I enjoyed the loss. Don't really give a shit about the match because Jey Uso is fucking slop. But the outcome, it creates several interesting aspects going into next week's show. Obafemi and Braun Breaker. Another interesting aspect that's got my full, undivided attention. Braun Breaker tonight was fantastic. The dead, stone-cold look that Braun Breaker had tonight while Maxine and Austin Theory were all over each other, he's just looking... He's legitimately, like, out to lunch. He's staring off into space, and you and me and everybody else have had something like that happen to you, to me. We've all been through that. Whether we're listening to somebody speak, or we're watching a movie and we're just fucking thinking about something else and we're staring off into space. Braun Breaker was staring off into space tonight, thinking about Obafemi and Obafemi only. And it stems from what happened last week when Obafemi basically exclaimed, he is the leader of the new generation. And everybody of the old guard needs to go through him. Braun Breaker was, once upon a time, before Obafemi was even called up to Monday Night Raw, was the leader of the new generation. He was treated as the leader. He was given the top spot, reminiscent of a leader. He was in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship program with CM Punk. I mean, for fuck's sakes, he was heavily rumored to win the Royal Rumble. And then he got hurt. He was out for 3 months. He made his return at WrestleMania. Needed to finish his feud with Seth Rollins. Now Braun Breaker's in a fucking tag team with Austin Theory. Meanwhile, he would rather be paying more attention to Maxine than the tag team championships. Braun Breaker's just there. Braun Breaker's at third wheel, holding a championship that he doesn't give a fuck about. So Austin Theory's out there beating Tozawa in a match that could have ended in fucking 2 minutes. It went 12. And at the end of the match, Braun Breaker was about to spear Tozawa until Obafemi came out and basically saved Tozawa's life. There was about to be a big stare down. There was potentially about to be a big war in the middle of the ring until Adam Pearce and everybody jumped in almost immediately and pulled these guys apart. Braun Breaker reminisced about this again all night until he went up to Paul Heyman and asked him, do you think Obafemi is the future of this company? Paul Heyman gave a very long-winded excuse about Obafemi earning his respect after what he did to Brock Lesnar. Braun Breaker says, that's not what I asked you. It's a yes or no question. Do you think Obafemi is the future of this company? Paul Heyman looked him dead in the eye and told him, you need to go out there and prove to me that I should not be giving Obafemi the respect you think I'm giving him.
MVP, right here.
Yo, T-Man.
Prove to me why Obafemi doesn't deserve my respect.
It did, yeah. People don't want to...
Breaker looked at that and said, okay, I know what I need to do. I'll give WWE credit. They're giving us a match. They should have given this match away already.
Okay, for real.
I pitched this match in the semifinals of the King of the Ring.
Points like that.
Don't know why we didn't get it there, but they went and did what they did and ruined the whole fucking tournament. But I gotta give WWE credit. They could have easily coasted with Obafemi from this point on up until the end of the year, until at least Royal Rumble season. They're giving us a major program with Obafemi and Braun Breaker, potentially. We don't know if it's exactly leading to that, but WWE needs to be unafraid to give us matches like this, because this is what the fans of this product want to see. We are bored of the Bloodline every single week. We are bored of Cody Rhodes every single week. We are bored of certain things that we see every single week that include the same fucking people. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso. They need to start giving us a glimpse into the future. And if that's what they're planning with Braun Breaker and Obafemi, then that's what you need to do. This show needs to revolve around them. The biggest stories are going to revolve around them. They are the future. This is a WrestleMania main event for years to come. They will be battling it out for the top spot for years to come. Everybody wants to see the youth rise up in WWE. What the fuck are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Shit or get off the fucking pot. They got it right there, staring them directly in the face. Do it. The only thing I'm concerned about. The only thing I'm concerned about is I feel like WWE may use Braun Breaker as a fucking stepping stool to get Obafemi where he supposedly needs to be. You do not use Braun Breaker as a stepping stool. You don't. You give them both a stepping stool, being that Obafemi is already the one climbing his stool quicker than Braun Breaker. You give them both a stepping stool, and you let Braun Breaker get the opportunity to at least get closer than where he is right now to Obafemi. You do not use one and enhance that one by using the other one. That's what they cannot do. Again, an intriguing aspect and an intriguing story that's developing on Monday night, but I'm supposed to not like this show. And some other fucking hack in the community who sits here and does what I do is going to tell you that the show sucks and they're not going to be as analytical and in-depth as I am. They'll just come on here and say the show sucks without really giving you a reason why the show sucks. Meanwhile, we just had 2 instances where I gave you 2 intriguing aspects of the story on Monday night going into next week. You don't like it, you don't like it. Tough shit. They're doing what they need to do. This Lucha tournament, WWE apparently is now the biggest advocate for Lucha Libre. We got an 8-man tournament that started tonight to crown a #1 contender for Roman Reigns.
Last night of your All-Star video
and the World Heavyweight Championship.
Last chance to make a big impression going against someone trying to
Roman
take
Reigns
the spot
will be
on the
defending
team.
the World Heavyweight Championship on the September 14th episode of Monday Night Raw. Live in Mexico City, it will be the first time that a WWE World Championship will be defended in Mexico on live television. The tournament is rather predictable. I don't know which way WWE is going to go, but I'm going to tell you exactly where WWE needs to go, as I have the tournament pulled up right here. Tonight we have Penta and Laredo Kid. I thought what they did was give us a solid match. Obviously, Penta was going to get the win. Penta is a Raw guy. Laredo Kid is a AAA guy. Penta was going to get the job done because he's the more notable lucha. Next Next week, we have Psycho Clown. He goes one-on-one with La Parca. Then we have Dragon Lee and El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. And then Rey Fenix versus El Fiscal. Now, with Penta advancing, I see Psycho Clown advancing because I think Psycho Clown is fucking great. I think he is a solid guy. Solid in-ring worker. Great look to him. Penta and Psycho Clown sounds good to me in the semifinals. Dragon Lee is a WWE name. They're not going to put El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. in the fucking semifinals. I mean, you can barely say his fucking name correctly. They're gonna put him in the semifinals? That sounds boring. Guy's got the fucking charisma of a potted plant. Dragon Lee for the win. And then Rey Fenix and El Fiscal. I gotta go Rey Fenix, being that he is the AAA Cruiserweight Champion. Bro, WWE's got one very important job to do. WWE's got the easiest fucking job to do. Penta is in the finals, 100%. There's no doubt about it. On the other side, if WWE isn't thinking about, if WWE isn't planning Penta versus Rey Fenix in the final of this tournament, I don't know why we are even here. Penta has had an Intercontinental title run and has gotten over big in front of a WWE audience. An audience that did not know who he was before he came on in here. And if you did, you're in the minority. Rey Fenix has not had the same amount of luck. He hasn't had the same amount of opportunity as his brother has. The guy can barely find fucking television unless he's holding a AAA championship. I'm convinced that if he wasn't the AAA Cruiserweight Champion, he would not get any time, any TV on Friday nights. And that's sad. Being that Rey Fenix is probably more talented than his brother, but he's not as charismatic as Penta. Penta fits sports entertainment more so than Rey Fenix fits sports entertainment. That's just the facts of the situation. And if you don't believe me, you get with the fucking program. That's exactly why they push Penta more so than they push Rey Fenix. But this match is staring you right in the fucking face. This match is staring you in the fucking face. And this is the first true, genuine opportunity for them to do something with Rey Fenix. This is absolutely going to end up being Roman Reigns and Penta in the finals on September 14th in Mexico City for the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's going to be a fucking great match. Because whether Conrad Thompson wants to admit it or not, Roman Reigns is the best big match wrestler in all of pro wrestling. There is nobody bigger than Roman Reigns. There's nobody that makes a match feel bigger than Roman Reigns. You can sit there and call him the Bill Goldberg of the bloodline, and you can sit there and claim that you don't know what a great Roman Reigns match is. Bullshit. Bullshit. All you gotta do is backtrack to April of 2026, night 2 of WrestleMania, when he was in the ring with CM Punk. Penta and Roman Reigns is going to be a spectacle in Mexico City. We all know that's going to happen. And for the people that are claiming, oh, well, it's predictable, JD. Everything in pro wrestling is predictable. Your precious Tony Khan does everything in a very predictable way. Most of AEW's television is predictable. They don't book any matches that really have this unpredictable, I don't know what's going to happen feel. Very rarely do you get that on AEW. Triple H does the same thing, unfortunately, where once upon a time he was predictable, he just follows the same blueprint. Both promotions and both top guys creatively, they don't know how to beat other top guys. So they make everything feel and look predictable. It is a sad epidemic in pro wrestling. Everybody does the same thing. So yes, it's predictable. But for everybody claiming that it's predictable, I don't understand what you expect WWE to do. This is their problem. Blame them. Don't blame Roman Reigns, or don't blame the fact that he's wrestling on fucking television. Roman Reigns, he's been on television and has been in big matches more so this year than he was all of 2025 and probably 2024. This guy's been absent, but he hasn't been as absent. You're claiming that it's predictable, yet I'm just fucking happy that the guy is actually defending and wrestling on a fucking Monday night. I don't even know when the last fucking time he actually did wrestle on a Monday or Friday night. So you could sit there and claim it's predictable, but Roman Reigns is at least going to defend the World fucking Championship on Monday Night Raw. That's number one. Number two, what do you expect him to do? Not wrestle on fucking television, not wrestle on TV? Same thing's gonna happen with LA Knight. Oh, it's predictable, JD. He's gonna beat LA Knight. All right, why don't we just keep Roman Reigns home all the way until WrestleMania season where he could reemerge after 9 months off television because it's too fucking predictable. We all know Roman Reigns is gonna hold the World Championship and walk into WrestleMania as the World's Heavyweight Champion. But do you not want him to be on television defending the World Championship? And if that was the case, you would complain about Roman not defending the title. So now he's on TV defending the title. It's too predictable. But if he was not on TV and not defending the title, then you'd complain about that as well. Make up your fucking mind. This is why everybody makes fun of professional wrestling fans. I don't have a problem. Why would you have a problem with Roman Reigns versus Pentagon Jr. in Mexico City for the World Heavyweight Championship on Monday night in front of a fucking inferno-like crowd? What are you, fucking dumb? Take your criticisms, your bitching and complaining, and fucking shut the fuck up. This is also a great opportunity for Roman Reigns to beat Penta, and the Bloodline to beat down Penta, which brings out Rey Fenix to save his brother, which then leads us to Worlds Collide, which then leads us to a first-time ever match between the Lucha Brothers and the Usos at Worlds Collide, going head-to-head with AEW All Out. We talked about this on Tuesday night. I am in full agreement. That's the way we need to go and do this and have it play out. Are you going to be bitching and complaining then? That is if WWE does exactly the way that I laid it out here. This all sounds good and dandy. This all sounds great. Knowing that, WWE will give the fucking finals to Penta and Dragon Lee because they don't really give a fuck about Rey Fenix. Penta and Phoenix, I accept nothing else. We'll talk about the rest of this show. Stephanie Vaquer and Becky Lynch got into it. I don't really know if anybody was paying attention to the words coming out of their mouths, being that Stephanie Vaquer was wearing a black dress shirt and black jeans as tight as ever could be. So if you guys want the dialogue for what Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer did tonight, you may have to help me. You may have to help me. Also, the other ladies were in action. Sol Ruca and EO against the Judgment Day. And we got these 2 tournament matches taking place tonight. Talk about that. And Dominic. Actually, there was only 1 tournament match. Dominic getting buried. What's going on here, bro? What's going on here? We'll talk about it. This is your Monday Night Raw review. It is August 10th, 2026. Yes, I know. Everybody's eyes were elsewhere. Listen. Wherever yours were, mine were right there. What a weekend, man. What a weekend. I know Jason and I are going to be talking about High Intensity on Tuesday Night Titans tomorrow. Again, we want to thank everybody for supporting. We are, I think, close to 80,000 views on High Intensity on the YouTube channel. If you guys have not checked it out, go and check it out. Leave some positivity in the comments section. Let us know how we did, what you liked, what you didn't like, how Jason and I did on commentary. There was a 4-man booth. Hopefully, that is not going to be a thing moving forward. But go check it out, man. Lots to like about that show. Some great stories coming off that show. Great moment in the end to cap off the night. Go check it out. It's live on YouTube right now. High Intensity 2026. Really fun night of pro wrestling right here on YouTube. We will be in Los Angeles on September 4th. Jason and I will be in LA on September 4th. So make sure you guys go and check out House of Glory. Am I? I know. Why does everybody keep telling me that crap? Fall in line. Well, how did that work out for you? Did you fall in line? Because it looks like you fell off, brother. Let's be honest. You were a world champion. You won the Royal Rumble. You beat Gunther at WrestleMania. Every time these people heard your music, all these kids were happy. And now, all that crap is out the window. It sucks to be you now. Listen, I already told you this before. I'm not coming back to the family. I love where I'm at. Everybody here in Virginia, they love where Solo is at, baby. So you can tell your tribal chief, and Jey Uso cut him off. Man, shut your goose. The OTC called the play. I'm just trying to handle this Solo problem. Jacob says it sounds like Jey is running his own plays and ignoring the bloodline and the OTC. Jey says it doesn't matter because he's going to get this dub tonight and bring Solo back to the OTC. Personally, something Jacob's ass couldn't do. Yeet. Jacob said that the last thing he did was last week, and he did what he needed to do against Royce Keys. The only way Solo is coming back to the family is if Jey gets that dub tonight with his punk ass, says Jacob Fatu. We go from that to Penta and Laredo Kid. This was a number 1 contenders tournament match. The winner of this match goes on to the semifinals to wrestle La Parka or Psycho Clown. This went 11 minutes. This was Rey Mysterio's idea. As you guys saw last week, Rey Mysterio ended the show with Roman Reigns, saying that he had a proposition for him and he wanted to talk business. This was the result of that. Worlds Collide show, which he could still very well be a part of, but doesn't necessarily need to be a part of because it's in Chicago and more than likely CM Punk will be there. And that's all WWE really needs. But this is all Rey Mysterio's idea. So we'll pick it up here. I thought this was a solid match for an opening round tournament match. Laredo Kid hit a top rope drop kick. Penta then sent Laredo out to the floor. He does a big Rana off the top. Now they're on the floor. Laredo Kid came off the top rope, hits a big moonsault. Action goes back into the ring. Laredo hits a twisting senton off the second turnbuckle. He goes for a cover. He gets a 2 count. We go into a commercial break. Penta, coming back from the commercial, hits a sling blade and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Multiple tilt-a-whirl backbreakers. Laredo escaped the Penta driver, hit Penta with a poison Rana. Laredo Kid hit a 450 splash, goes for a cover, he gets a 2 count. Laredo Kid then tries for a super kick, or he charged rather, into a super kick from Penta. Penta caught Laredo Kid with a backstabber. He goes for a cover of his own. He only gets a 2. Penta and Laredo Kid then, middle of the ring, blow for blow. This ended when Laredo Kid charged into another super kick from Penta. Laredo Kid goes out to the floor. Penta followed him out there with a tope con hilo over the top rope. We go back into the ring. Penta hit the Penta driver. He did not get the win off the Penta driver. Laredo Kid caught Penta with a Michinoku driver. He then goes to the top rope. He misses a big tornado theory to give Tozawa maximum pressure. Adam Pearce and officials immediately come on out. Take the chair out of Theory's hands like they're all fucking scared for Tozawa here. All of a sudden, while this is happening, Breaker's in the ring. He's fucking preparing to slaughter this poor soul. Getting ready for a spear. Oba Femi's music hits, and he struts down to the ring with everybody chanting with Oba Femi and singing for Oba Femi and strutting with Oba Femi. Austin Theory's in the aisleway to try and stop Oba Femi, but he gets taken out with a big boot. Oba Femi's looking at Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker's looking at Oba Femi. He gets onto the apron. He gets into the front on Becky Lynch. She then throws Becky into the ropes and tries for Oblivion. Becky counters with the big boot. Becky delivers an exploder suplex. Morgan is now looking at Stephanie in the ring. Stephanie gets in there and trying to come after LA Knight next. We'll show them a title defense against Chad Gable under the original El Grande Americano gimmick. This was the May 11th episode of Monday Night Raw in Knoxville, Tennessee, at the Thompson Boiling Arena at Food City Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. So Dominic hasn't won a match since May 11th. Can I ask why? Does anybody have a logical reason behind why Dominic Mysterio can't buy a win on the main roster? You know, when shit like this happens and we have readily available analytics and statistics in front of us, like I can type in a website and have all this information in the palm of my hand at my fingertips readily available. If we have information like this, then it's our right. And nobody should be questioning why we're asking, because we have every right to start asking. Why the fuck is the AAA Mega Champion, Dominic Mysterio, who by the way, I gotta see how many days he's held this championship. 333 days as AAA Mega Championship. Why the fuck has Dominic Mysterio not won a main roster match since May 11th, 2026?
I know, right?
For every motherfucking time I had to watch someone get called up and get creatively fucking obliterated by Vince McMahon, when someone that we adored and looked forward to seeing succeed from NXT Black and Gold, how many times did someone get called up and they got ruined on the main roster because Vince McMahon had no hand in their success up until that point? Oh, that's my son-in-law's doing. Oh, that's an NXT thing. Oh, that's a minor league thing. Oh, we'll show them. Oh, it's majorly over down there? Apparently they're doing great work down there. They got a lot of fanfare down there. Yeah, Bruce, we'll kill it tonight. We'll kill it. And there's so many examples. So many examples. When I see Dominic getting buried on the main roster, and I'm not even the biggest Dominic Mysterio guy, but I'm going to call bullshit when I see it. When I see Dominic Mysterio getting buried on the main roster by Triple H, because this is his show, he makes the final call. When I see Dominic Mysterio getting buried on the main roster, what exactly would you like me to compare it to? I'm going to compare it to his father-in-law when his father-in-law did the same thing to him. Now I'm watching Triple H do the same thing to someone who isn't even in his family. I'm watching Triple H do the same thing to Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, who's now running AAA exactly the way Triple H ran NXT Black and Gold. Everybody's praising The Undertaker's work. Everybody's praising the work creatively down in AAA. People have claimed AAA's the best WWE television show that there is out of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. What would you like me to believe? Do you want me to believe that Dominic Mysterio is being buried because it plays into a larger story? Or do you want me to believe that this man is holding the most important championship for AAA, has a fucking championship match coming up at their biggest show of the year that you made into 2 nights? Why is he losing when he's holding the biggest title in the promotion?
Exactly. What a waste of a championship. Waste of a title one. He's not doing shit with it.
Nobody's got an answer for it.
Yeah, no one.
I just gave you the fucking answer.
Yeah, me too. It buries shit booking, awful creative.
Is Triple H doing the same thing that his father-in-law did to him?
Yeah.
Is Triple H jealous?
Yeah.
Is Triple H envious?
Yeah.
You wanted the job that you currently possess. You wanted to book the main roster. You wanted to take over for your father-in-law and show everybody that you are fully capable of sitting upon the throne. I don't know, Chief. The last couple of years have showed us otherwise. And you do yourself no favor by going on social media scrums and fucking busted open and doing podcasts and interviews, making yourself look like a blithering fucking fool.
Tailgating without nature's own brioche buns? That's an L. Nature's own. Educate yourself.
Questions. This guy beat John Cena. This guy wrestled John Cena on multiple occasions in his final year. They gave this kid everything in the beginning stages of his WWE heel run with the Judgment Day. The whole Judgment Day, the whole point of the Judgment Day was to get someone like Dominic Mysterio over to a main event level. Yet you want me to take Dominic Mysterio as a main event level guy. Then we hear reports that Dominic Mysterio is frustrated with the way and the differences of his creative from the main roster and AAA. He's frustrated with the way he's booked on the main roster because it's so vastly different than the way he gets booked in NXT. Might as well be NXT. Vastly different than AAA. No shit. Color me fucking shocked. Any normal, breathing human being in his shoes would be asking the same motherfucking questions. I don't get it. I don't get it. Whose chicken tender order did Dominic Mysterio fuck up? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, me too.
Did he get someone the wrong fucking dipping sauce? Did he get someone Thai chili when they asked for ranch? Or barbecue when they asked for sweet and sour? Or honey mustard? I mean, what the fuck is going on? There's legitimately no logical reason why. The people that run this place are fucking retarded. It's the only thing I could come up with. You got Road Dogg, who don't even work there, trying to explain to everybody why Chelsea Green lost on Friday night. He said she's not Rhea Ripley. Thank you for speaking out loud and telling us the truth there, Road Dogg, when we all kind of knew that and what you assumed Chelsea Green to not.
Well, we live in an apartment. It's actually pretty close to our old house.
Chelsea Green was an unserious character holding a
Yeah.
serious championship. You're not going to become Rhea Ripley overnight.
Yeah,
No shit.
exactly.
That doesn't mean she wins the championship in a great moment only to lose her first match in on Friday.
Yeah. Shit booking. Terrible
Kidding
creative.
me?
Just awful booking.
This place is fucking... This creative is fucking garbage.
I know, right?
Some of the things that they do are so blatant, then they don't want fans calling this shit out. Vince McMahon did the same thing to him, and he's
Exactly.
doing the same thing that his father-in-law did to him. Now he's doing it to fucking The Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Because there's no rhyme or reason. There is no logical motherfucking reason why Dominic Mysterio hasn't won a match since May 11th, 2026 on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, 3 months. Well, at least 4 months.
WWE has absolutely no problem featuring AAA luchadors across Monday night to help fill their television show. They have no fucking problem using Rey Fenix and the Cruiserweight Championship on Friday Night SmackDown. Yet they got the AAA Mega Champion and don't do a single fucking thing to make him a bigger deal. Make it make sense.
You might as well take it off one. You might as well put on Grande Americano. Look at Kaiser.
He's doing it to HBK too? I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
What are some examples that he did this to Shawn Michaels? I mean, he's taken Blake Monroe. He did it to Julia, right? Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace, Julia. Who else? Javon Evans comes on out because he was attacked last week by Big. Needs to be relegated to this. Seconds. Mere seconds on TV. The Royal Rumble, February 2027, will take place from State Farm Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona.
February 27th.
State Farm Stadium was also the home of WrestleMania 26, and this will be the 40th annual Royal Rumble. Man, I can't wait. Did you guys see the rumor? WrestleVotes reported last week that the Royal Rumble is being discussed as a 2-night show. That this coming Royal Rumble will be the last year that it stays a singular night event. We're going to 2-night Rumbles now. Man, I can't wait for every fucking entrant to have a goddamn fucking advertisement in between. I can't wait for them to have fucking sponsorships all over their ring gear.
Yeah.
Give me a break. We do not need 2 nights of a Royal Rumble.
Exactly. 1 night is fine.
The WWE has not booked a good Royal Rumble in years. And now you want me to fucking sit down and enjoy 2 nights of a Royal Rumble when you can't even book 1 night of a Royal Rumble right. I gotta get 2 nights of a Royal Rumble. When was the last Royal Rumble that really fucking wowed you and moved you emotionally?
I think the one in 2020, when Drew McIntyre won it, that was the best Rumble that they made. That was a great Rumble and a great moment with Drew McIntyre winning, Ed making a big return.
Now you want to do 2 nights? Then you got some people saying, well, two Royal Rumbles in the same night is a little tough to watch. Is it? I don't think so. Not if you booked them the right way. LA Knight's talking to Adam Pearce in the back. Adam Pearce is claiming that LA Knight is wrong about Roman Reigns. Well, you see, really in the bloodline. LA Knight might be correct. LA Knight continues to call Roman a fraud, a liar, and if he's not a liar, then he's a coward. LA Knight has a lucha mask with him. I can enter his stupid little tournament. Adam Pearce and Rey Mysterio have been preparing this tournament for weeks. If LA Knight wants to be frustrated about Roman Reigns, be frustrated about the tournament, fine. LA Knight has known Adam Pearce for a long time, and Adam Pearce says he's giving LA Knight his word that on the other side of this tournament, when it is all over with, Adam Pearce will find a way for LA Knight to earn a #1 contenders match against Roman Reigns. Maybe.
I might as well end the video. I think I made this long enough. Until next time, see y'all later. Hit that like button, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below. Y'all want to see more? I think I made the video long enough, 2 hours. It's pretty long. So I will see y'all later. I think my next live stream will be Friday for Friday SmackDown, and I will do Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I will play that. Until then, I'll see y'all later.